Hello everybody, this is Blast here. I'm again on Planet Zoo. Today we're going to be building a cheetah exhibit. We've got a little area marked out here that we're going to be placing the cheetah exhibit into. And part of the reason for putting this in was I wanted an animal that wasn't really bothered about the water. So I didn't want something like saltwater crocodiles, for example, or mini hippos that were going to need to go in the water. So we just needed something to pop into this area of dry land. And we're starting off here by building a little entrance for the keepers. One of the things that I do like about the zoo is I don't like to see barriers if I can avoid it. I don't like seeing an artificial wall that separates you from the animals. I like it to look more naturalistic if I can. So you'll find that with a lot of the builds that I do, you don't tend to see a wall that separates you, or a wall that separates the animal from the rest of the park. I like it to look as though, in theory, it's a natural surrounding, and you'll find that in a lot of the builds I do, and this is no exception. So once we've built the slight amount of barrier there, we're going to put rocks round, and we're going to just identify the area that we're going to use, really. Now, the idea was going to be that we managed to have rocks along the pathway at the front as well, so that the public don't get an uninterrupted view of the enclosure. There are bits where they can see in and bits where there's rockwork in the way, and I like that. It divides the windows up and it looks quite nice, where you're walking along past some rockwork and then you get a glimpse into the enclosure. It's quite an exciting thing for the viewing public to see, and also it gives the animals a bit more privacy. If you've got something that doesn't like a lot of people walking about, I'm thinking of things like tapirs and things like that, then hiding the public from view is also a good idea. So you can see I'm just building those barriers where we're gonna place some glass windows in there. So I wouldn't say this is a particularly technical build. It's quite a simple thing that looks effective. We needed to just make sure that the cheetahs that go in here can't actually jump up too far. So it's important to note that your rockwork needs to go high enough that would cover the height of a barrier. So if, for example, the cheetahs need a barrier that's 1.25 meters, make sure all your rock is 1.25 meters. So here we go, these are the windows. So I've put null barrier in between, and then we're just going to put some glass in there, and we're going to adjust it slightly. We're going to make it a bit lower. There you go. We can see that happening now. It's almost like I knew what was going to happen. And I wanted that corner on the end there where the path is to just be some planting. So I had a little difficulty with the water when we actually put some cheetahs in there, and we're just arranging for them to arrive now. It appeared that they actually do swim in water. So cheetahs, not known for swimming in water, they can actually escape. Look at all the escape paths there. So we need to block off some of the water with rocks like that, and that's pretty much done it. I think I go back and check it later, and there is another little patch that I need to just address. But this is a good thing. I love doing this, and I think the effect is brilliant. I've started using water that's a lot deeper, so it looks as though it's deeper. It really gives a better effect. And then when you place rocks into it, even if the rocks aren't breaking the top of the water, you can see the rocks under the water, and they look really, really effective. So that's something that you'll see again and again now. Now I've found that little trick, I'm going to be using that one. I'm just trying to decide whether it looks better upside down or the right way up. I needed a shelter for the animals. I wanted something that looked African in design, but didn't look like a rock shelter, or didn't look like I'd artificially created a hut. So they're actually Australian pieces. All the trees that were already in the enclosure needed to go. They weren't the correct trees. Cheetahs took offence to them. And we're now just beautifying the outside bits. so the public can enjoy their view of not just the enclosure but the surrounding bits, and a few signs to keep people quiet, keep the animals less stressed. And we're just going to top these barriers off as well with a little piece of wood. I just think it looks a little bit nicer, neater, makes it look as though the glass is protected. And there you go. Well, that's it for today, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the little build. It's been quite a short video, which is nice. Sometimes it's nice to have a short video. I wanted something that didn't encroach on the water here, because I want to use this area with the water at some point and put something in. This won't be part of the Africa environment that we're building over here. So I just wanted something that fitted into this gap nicely without encroaching too much on there. I do like the rockwork into the water there. I think that breaks up the side of the water very nicely, and it's quite a nice little area. It's quite small. It's not massively detailed, but I like the fact there are no barriers around the back and the sides. It's always something that I'm particularly pleased with when I build something. Of course, we've got the odd barrier along the front, as mentioned in the video, and plenty of viewing opportunities up here. And that's it for today for the cheetah exhibit at our little zoo. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like Pangea as a zoo, and I hope that you join me for the next video. My name's Backblast. I'll catch you next time.